This should be potentially one of the best matchups we've had.
And it looks like we're getting into this. We're going to have Peabnut on the player one side, Lima over there. Of course, you know, Mega Man versus Bayo. You know who's who. All Battlefield to start. Nice neutral stage.
It does also say between these two characters, they are 11 and 11 in this head-to-head matchup specifically. So theoretically, looking at all the stats and right, their teammates, they play together. You know these guys have probably played
You know they're probably
of
training
matches.
together. Yeah,
they know
friendlies.
everything. They're working on stuff. Hey, what can I help you improve on? How can we go win this championship? Because right when you play crews, your best interest is having every player on the same page, at the same level, operating at the same capacity. So great job right now to see players just having a great weekend to Smash, and now looking to take it home in the single.
Lima having a very tough time closing the gap. As we saw him use the Witch Time actually on the Mega Man side B there to kind of nullify a bit of the effects of that. Witch Time is, I mean, not as crazy as it has been previously in previous games, but it's still something that Bayonetta has access to. Pyra Mythra actually has a very similar mechanic as well. I think it's actually almost the exact same mechanic if you ask me, but essentially just means if you're rolling, air dodging kind of at the right time, you get a little bit more advantage for yourself because you slow down time a little bit.
And knowing how good Lima is on the Bayonetta, it's so scary because at any moment, be down 100-0, he can take a stock within 5 seconds. You said earlier too, once he gets the setup, once you get that first hit, we saw this guy absolutely for this all weekend long. So expecting a very, very close series. The stats say it's going to be close. Their teammates so far, we're kind of getting the same thing. This is the most stifled Lima has been in 3 days.
That's very
by
true,
a
actually.
mile.
Just has yet to get anything started, being toned away by this Mega Man so well. He's doing a great job at utilizing the lemons as well. The up tilt, little Shoryu action to finish off the kill. That's probably one of Mega Man's strongest kill options there. It kills super early, and with something like the Saw Blade as well, you have a lot of ways to kind of get into it. But he just kind of found that one. Lima jumped down to the ground, and he was waiting there.
Yeah, Lima gonna really look to try to get the stock back and nice and early, get the game a little bit under control here, but a great showing out of Peabnut, right? Come in, the matchup is obviously gonna be hard. You're playing your boy, you have to put all that love aside to our enemies on the server, at least for now. Maybe you can run it back in grand, split some of the prize money later, but right now it is mono and mono, it is me versus you. Which one of us is gonna walk out on top? And right now it looks like actually in pretty decent control of the game, all things considered.
A lot of pressure off stage, but he has no problem just getting back to that ledge. Now you control it. Saw Blade at the ledge, will Z-drop as well. Gotta just make Lima second guess every time they have to go back to that ledge.
Yeah, that's the thing with, especially with the great players, you gotta keep it mixy, you gotta change up the strategy, you have to make adjustments on the fly because great players, they will make adjustments, they will find these small windows, they will create openings for themselves, and they will eventually find a way to punish you. And obviously Lima's Bayo completely punishing everybody again and again and again
Saw
and
Blade
again.
up tilt, such a good option from the Mega Man, and barely took any percent on that second stock. Dominating Lima in terms of stage control, in terms of just the projectile game as well. Lima, even with these neutral airs all around the stage, can't really find their way in at all.
Yeah, we ever think we'd say Lima's getting dominated right now, especially watching how things have transgressed the last couple of days, but Peab with an absolute clash showing right now. Just gotta see, keep this momentum going, try to keep riding up this percentage, and you could be looking away with a Game 1 win.
Could be looking for a very easy Game 1 win. Great way to get out of that side B as well. Lima, tough time really locking in. Kills off the top. The side B resets just haven't been there. Trying to utilize the dive kick to get back to stage as well, but I'm waiting for the punish.
Yeah, and Lima just hasn't been able to land that home run combo that we saw 50, 60 times over the course of the weekend. He's just got to find that one setup, try to find that sweet spot, and then he can start to really take over the game. But Peab, consistent damage, playing defensive enough to not get caught overextending, not making too many mistakes, playing a nice, clean game right now, playing that war of attrition, putting himself in a spot to get the win.
On back airs, he uses the up a little bit early in the air dodge, just not able to take him to ledge. Lima, great way to just sit there kind of off the stage, use the back airs for pressure, good kill option from yourself. Gotta be honest, the Saw Blade Z-drops from Peab right now on the Mega Man have been phenomenal.
That's why I love seeing mates play too, because they know so much more than you could ever get looking at a stat sheet or even playing somebody online here and there. You see every single aspect of this guy's game. You know these small little things that other people might not know, a small chink in the armor, a small advantage that you can gain, and small advantages in matchups like this can mean the world of it.
It's like you've played together so much, you've seen them on stage, how they deal with pressure. You literally know them down to like their mental when they're in game. You know exactly how they're feeling, how they're gonna play in certain situations. Lima though, with the early lead that Peab had, Lima has been doing a great job at getting back here. We're basically even,
Points left,
getting close to 100 here. Well, up B, this could be the conversion. Another side B, not gonna find the final hit. Back air sends him to the other side. Looks like Lima could have had it. Got that classic Bayo combo, but just couldn't find that last hit.
Yeah, now Peab is going to be a lot on the back foot. He played so well in the early stages of the game, and now, essentially, you flip a coin. One of these two players is going to roll that heads, but right now, Lima looking to put together that home run combo. We almost saw it a few seconds ago, but Peanut is eventually going to corral it, going to lock it down, will stabilize that. Great game one, exactly what we expected. It came down to literally the last hit, essentially. So, teammates, friends, foes, whatever you want to make of them, fantastic game.
Sawblade, such a key part of Mega Man's gameplay, and Peab just perfectly utilizing it there. We even saw him use it there to confirm that final kill with the back air. And Lima, I think right at the end there, just right there, so close to the kill, but didn't end up getting an up air off or something like that. The back air did hit eventually, but it's just sent him the opposite way, right? You're all the way out here. You're trying to send him to this blast zone or up top, try to get maybe a star KO or something like that. But just great play from Peanut from the start going towards the end. Lima definitely adjusted. I think we're going to see a much more even start to game 2.
Yeah, it looks like he's got the paper with all the bands. He's going through the map, the stages right now, trying to figure out where we're going to suit up, where we're going to take battle. And I would not be surprised if this one goes at least 4, possibly 5. Would love to see it go back and forth. But Peanut, great job to walk out, get that game 1 win, show the MVP what's up.
Yeah, exactly, right? You're like, Lima, you might have gotten the MVP.
I'm the real MVP.
I'm on this team still. I'm going to show my stuff here in the singles bracket, try to make it to winner's side, top 8. That's what we're playing for right now. This is the deciding series to find that 4th spot, who's going to be in that winner's side.
Yeah, we're going to see if Lima, can he find the get back? Starting off in this game too, it was, honestly, Lima was just completely shut down basically the entire first stock in game 1. So the fact he was able to bring it back very rapidly, always impressive as ever. Peanut, once again, nice clean start, hasn't been hit yet, just damage and not trying to get caught in that nasty combo.
Good use of the projectiles there. But the thing is, you kind of have to, on the Bayo, you have to get like that perfect up B, side B reset. You have to use the double jump in there. Well, you have to make sure you can find that last hit as well. Bayo, known for being able to take characters from 0 to death very quickly. When you're sitting at 80% a minute into the game, up tilts are threatening from Peab right now too.
Yeah, but Lima trying to go to work there. Did get a little bit of damage back, but Peanut, it's an even cleaner first game than it was in that game 1. So right now, first stock rather, trying to find this kill shot. Found it pretty early in the first game. We saw Lima slowly start to mount the comeback. Again, mates, man, they just know everything. They're just waiting for that right move to be made, waiting for the opportunity. Lima has been so close to finding it every time.
Good DI from Peab as well. Sneaks in the air dodge at the end there. Himself back down to the stage. A little bit of control. With such an early lead, Lima doing such a great job of evening things out. Can't find any more hits with that forward air, so it's not going to send him into the blast zone. Look at the up smash, just calls him out. Sitting there, short hopped, and was just lying in wait. Able to get that first stock, extra credit online now, trying to get as much as possible. Good little witch time to close the gap.
I gotta imagine probably gonna get this one back sooner than later for Peab. Like you said, anything you can get right now, it's bonus, it's gravy, it'll just help you out going into that second stock. Lima just has yet to find that last killing blow on a lot of these combos. He's been getting a lot of good damage. The setups have been pretty good for the most part. Just has to get that one little extra spot, a little bit of extra to eventually find this stock. Peanut right now, you got him up to 34. How much more can you do?
Yeah, I also just realized I've been calling the air dodge mechanic the bat within from, I believe it's the bat within from Bayonetta there. I've been calling it witch time, which is the down B for sure there before I out myself. I guess I should do it. But 74%, and Eba's just not even getting close at this point until he's going to take it close, find an up tilt. Back air from the ledge. I mean, at 180, close to 200 there, it will kill eventually.
And he just got an extra 30% basically on that one combo, laying off the saw blade on the edge. So Peanut, once again, just consistent, methodical, playing at his range, realizes if Lima gets up close to me, I am probably going to be in a world of hurt, as evidenced by some of these combos. So play the poke game, keep him at distance, start touching him up a little bit, and then you can look for that big killing blow.
That parry into a whiffed up tilt from Peeb, and then a huge punish from Lima. Look at the spiral right now. Finishes the 3 hits on the forward air. Is just running this Mega Man down off stage. The back air after the up B. So clean from Lima, immediately takes the lead in the game.
That's more of what we've been seeing the last couple of days from the MVP of CECC Texas. 0 to 100, just you can take over a game, you can flip the tide of the game instantly if you're Lima, sets up these combos, caught Peanut lacking a little bit, now you caught him on back-to-back stocks, you have flipped the game, you have the lead, and now if you can land one more of those combos, could be seeing very easily that 1-1 scoreline come to
Lima start to go for regrabs after some of his strings as well, which is something he didn't really do in game 1. I think it's catching Peeb off guard occasionally, and it was able to convert into that last stock for him. Now back to neutral. We're kind of seeing every time somebody gets above that 130%, they want to play super safe with something like the Mega Man up tilt still in play, the back air as well. You want to put yourself in harm's way, not when you still have the chance to get a little bit extra percent.
Especially playing the Bayonetta, forget the percent, you could potentially look for a kill if you get the
That's
setup. The way Lima sets his stuff up, he just sends his Mega Man all over the stage, but that is a fantastic get back. Get that stock nice and early. You're only at 49. You are still very much in this game. Set up 1 or 2 nice combos. You can really get yourself back in the game. Speaking of, we are essentially going to be dead even, just like in that game 1. Game 2 looking more of the same.
There's the actual witch time there, for anyone wondering, but that's a beautiful parry on the dash attack. Not going to have too much pressure at the ledge. The low percent is going to mean Lima's pretty close to the ledge. It's pretty easy to get back, and if the saw blade's not hitting on the timing, then it should be pretty easy to take stage back. You know, he's really willing to kind of give up space on the stage if it means he gets to keep playing the projectile game, which I like a lot.
Yeah, as long as you keep the damage output, you're eventually going to get to the point where you can find the kill, and you can potentially look for a 2-0 game. This is a passive game for Lima. Going down 2-0, never fun. Going down 2-0 to a teammate that already has intel on you, that has 2 wins over you in this game, that, you know, and also, it's good roasting material. Oh, you're the MVP? Yeah, have the singles tournament going. I took you out of winners.
Right now, Lima, every single time he gets this hit, he can't convert to that second up B. Doing a great job of getting out of that one. As much as he kind of took the lead, Peeb has been just taking his heels in and saying no to Lima. He's like, no, you're not finding this kill. At least not that easy. Not off something like a side B.
Yeah, you can tell both of the players, like you said earlier, once it gets above 100, there is a lot more, all right, we have to be measured, we have to be controlled, we have to go for the pace. And right now, Peeb, a decent job to guard the ledge right there, but gotta try to dial things in right now. Anything could go right now, and Lima will actually take that one away. So what a game 2 out of him. A great showing. Got back to his roots. We saw the combos really start to fly out there. And 1-1, of course it is.
Goes all the way to the depths for that final. When something that can be a little bit risky as well. You're both that one stock.
Yeah.
If you whiff a move, if you whiff your final hit, and you end up falling down to that blast zone, you know how the game can go. You know how the series can go, but it's tied up regardless. Lima, definitely, I mean, as we said, kind of expecting more adaptation after game 1. I think it was just coming straight into a game up against that Mega Man. You really have to adjust to that matchup. You have to be on the ball, and you're essentially playing a bullet hell. You're trying to dodge everything that's flying your way until there's a giant flaming sword
Yeah, get up close and personal. Then that's where he wants to be, in the phone booth, throwing those haymakers, get up nice, close and personal. So 1-1 scoreline. I'm expecting this one to go all 5. Who knows how it's going to play out, but the way the stats look, the way these games have looked, Lima, right? We had Peanut in control of game 2. Lima completely swings it back. Peanut swings it back in his favor. Lima says, nah, fam, hold this. I'm going to go take game 2. Now we're going to rock into game 3 once they get the stage set, and going to come out with the lead.
Yeah, going to be Peeb's pick on the stage here. Strikes going through right now. We did pretty much just see the small battlefield being ran. I think we saw battlefield on that last one as well. So, yeah, we're going to see. I couldn't see if they locked in the small or the big battlefield, but get into the game in just a second here. There we go.
There we go. Little delay there.
All good, but 1-1. Peeb, I think you start this one off playing your game the exact same way you have been previously. As long as you don't let Lima get any of these crazy spirals that he does when he just will suddenly take 120% off of a combo that typically starts like that. As I mentioned in the last one, though, Peeb is doing a great job dealing with those side Bs, especially with his PI. Good witch time there from Lima. Give him an opportunity to punish, but it keeps him with control at the ledge.
Yeah, this is Lima's best early game by a country mile as well. And speaking of, he might potentially putting him in the blender, seeing if he can grab this first stock with massive authority right now, because Peanut got the first stock the last 2 games, was pacing very well, played that range perfectly, never let Lima really get close. But now Lima said, I am going to close the distance. I do not care anymore. I'm going to run my head right into this wall and run right through it. Only 37, and he grabs stock 1.
Barely taking any flack from Peeb at all here. Complete contrast of both Team 1 and 2, showing really what can happen when you let a Bayonetta get some momentum under them and start letting Lima feel good, and it can just feel unbearable to deal with some of this pressure. Nice little punish there. Grab. Oh, that's a whiff S-smash. Could have been something, but it's just a forward air to punish. I do like Peeb taking some pretty safe options here, but eventually you gotta start fishing for that kill. Even at 90, there it is. You know that's the kill option he wants every single time.
Yeah, and I think that was necessary to get that back quickly, because Lima has been full control entire game 3 so far. He basically almost got 2 stocks for free there. Still at 0. Peanut basically 1 hit away, especially if Lima can set up anything of substance. That'll be that second stock down for, and it's going to be down to the last stock to try to take the lead in this race, swing that right back in your favor, that swing game 3. And right now, I was going to say almost a dead even, not necessarily, but Lima looking for the setup. Peeb realizing now too, I can't, like, I have to play my range, but like you said, he does have to eventually go for the kill. You have to play aggressive in some spots. You can't play passive when you're behind.
Lima has been doing good for witch timing the side Bs, hasn't been able to punish, but at least you're kind of nullifying the effects of that, not letting get any follow-ups. 180 on the Mega Man right now. The side, it's actually the side B that keeps them both alive for the time being. 194%. Literally a stray back air eventually will hit, and I think that's what Lima is going to end up going for, because it's to be the kill option that they really, really like when you're in a situation.
Yeah, you got to imagine it's going to be soon. 200 plus. If Peanut can somehow get this damage up, he's actually in position to get a kill potentially, take the lead in the set, which was not looking to be the case early on. Lima was dominating. It was 80-90-0 essentially, and Peeb has turned it around, and now he has got the 1 stock lead. Granted, 200%, not going to cap. That's not looking good, but you do have the lead.
200%, but takes the stock too. Something's got to kill here right now, right? It's got to be a kill throw at 200. It has to be, even from center stage. But Peeb still showing that he's got the chops to stay in this game, even with a slow start, being a little bit behind Lima, has perfectly evened this one out. Triple little clutch there at 200% to bring yourself to this.
Yeah, we saw double 150 plus last game to decide it, and eventually Lima snuck away with the last hit. Peanut, though, to get some revenge here. He's been playing a lot better in this game. Or Lima had the good early game, but Peanut, that's how you can call great players too. They're going down in the game. They're not worrying. They're not stressing. They know how to play the game. They know their win conditions. They know what they must be to find success in the server. So always good to see that from both sides. But right now, Lima kind of getting dummied on the last stock. It's 70 So can't really get anything going, and Peabnut just working.
That's been a good punish from Lima. He's consistently been dodging those dash attacks. Not that Peab has really thrown him out too much, but it's something, finding something rather than just dealing with the onslaught of projectiles. The lemons, the mine, the saw blade, about everything there. Even the leaf storm that he pulls out. Well, so hard for this Bayo to approach right now, and doesn't want to just force the approach and then end up getting punished for it like they have been and stuck at 70-80% now.
And this is a carbon copy of what happened in game one. Lima wasn't able to breathe, and now, though, he is going to put his best foot forward, going on the offensive, absolutely ringing him out topside stage. Will not be able to find the stock, but he has evened up the game. It was 72-0. It's now 80 apiece, essentially, and this is looking at dead like game two.
Great combo from to even out these percentages, and it's tough because Peab's playing literally perfect for like a minute and a half there. And really just to show you how absolutely calm and collected these players are playing, there's a minute 40 left in this game. We've been in this for a while.
This is the longest game.
Because nobody wants to force their hand and get punished for it. We saw last time Peabnut tried to take the up B, or the up tilt, it did not work. And then Lima eventually just going to find the back air. I've said a million times, that's the kill option that Lima loves to go for. If it's not coming off of your classic Bayo side B, up B loop kind of combo there, you're going to find a back air somewhere. Bayo, unfortunately, not a character that you can just toss smash attacks out with like we saw, you know, Mega Man Peab at the ledge. He can kind of just charge that forward smash, send out those laser beams, and put a hitbox there, right? Put something in the way, whereas the Bayo smash attacks are insanely punishable for that. Very large, huge hitboxes, hit pretty hard. We saw the stomp at the ledge a few times trying to find that 2-frame, but other than that, it's not something you can just throw out to try and, you know, call out your opponent, really, unless you're so sure of your read. So the start, Qtrs go through, quick 100%.
Yeah, this is kind of the Lima that we were seeing the last couple of days. He would start off the set, take a stock within 20-30 seconds, absolutely outclass his opponent on the surface. So a great start for game one right now. Only 12% taken as far as that is. So this is not the start Peabnut was looking for. It's not as good as his last couple games. Lima just taking the aggression to him, not willing to play that sort of passive game that's going to favor Mega Man. Oh, screw it. I'm getting in there and we're getting dirty.
Yeah, don't get me wrong, he's taken a bit of percentage because of it. But look at this. That's going to be the kill throw? Question mark? Not going to hit, but the neutral B. A little sniper action there. Go back to 2018. That neutral down. That one stock barely taken anything here too. Lima feeling, you gotta feel confident in this one now that you're up 2-1 in the set as well.
And the way that you won too, especially that last game, there was times where wasn't really looking good for him, pulls it out of the depths, ends up going trade for trade, blow for blow, walks out with the last 2 wins. And obviously, right, especially against your teammate, I don't think there's going to be a tilt factor ever. It's more of just like, I want to beat this guy for bragging rights. It gives you a little extra motivation to hop on the server and try to perform. So Lima obviously up a stock right now. He though has played his life pretty well so far. 0% hasn't really given any extra credit as of the moment. But, you know, Bayonetta can quickly snatch that away, and Lima looking to...
Yeah. Back to kind of his almost near perfect gameplay. Barely taken anything from Lima as he just chips and chips this percent away. That's a nice little interaction at the ledge there for Peab as well. Conversion from Lima. Back to center stage. Oh, you know Peab is waiting for this up tilt too. I bet you that was a spot dodge up tilt waiting to come out.
Yeah, Peab's got a little bit of work to do now because Lima is slowly but surely putting together a nice performance now in this game for the potential closeout game to go to the top 8, send Peabnut down to the losers, give him that one more chance at life. And right now, have to work his way back from the bottom of the stage. Trying to time it out, doesn't want to risk throwing away his stock right now. He is out for blood, but it'll get evened out. Peab's going to find the kill, and we're going to be dead even at 2 with 90 plus on Peabnut.
Know what happens when you try to camp ledge? You don't have invincibility anymore. Mega Man's hitbox is very, very positive for him in that regard. Can easily hit those ledge, especially that forward air. Enough to at least tie up the stocks, but the percentage far from even.
Now, Lima right now, if you can take this stock, especially on 16%, you are going to be in such good position to try to close out the game. Because then this Mega Man, he likes playing passive, you like playing at range, but if you're down a stock, you have to eventually go make a play happen. You have to be proactive. You got to get active in the service, and you got to find some way to get in there and cause damage, and that is absolutely a kill 10 out of 10 times. So only 40 on Lima right now, up a stock. Not got a huge amount of ground to catch up on.
Yeah, the jab combo at the ledge is actually another thing that we've seen Lima find a few kills with, but I think it's something that you just don't always want to do. He prefers to play a little bit more of that aerial game. Ooh, little bit too slow on the punish by like a frame. As Peeb able to get away, a little bit of control, but Lima right now in the series, he's up in the series, he's up 2-1 in stocks as well. Feeling primed to take this one. Take his winner's side top 8 spot.
Yeah, it feels like he has found whatever read he was looking for over the course of game 1, 2, 3. I mean, right, you lose game 1, natural progression. I won the last 2. He got a little bit more convincing each time. I started off this game 4 with my hair on fire, and I've been playing excellent. Peabnut could look to even it up, and if you can do so rather quickly, there's a decent chance you could come back in this one at 74. That is not going to be the end of the world. You have a very live chance in this fight. However, Lima, all he's got to do is put together 1 or 2 combos, and that is going to be a 3-1 win. Top 8 secured on top of it.
Thing is, we know how early Mega Man can kill with that up tilt as well. You don't need to rack up so much percent to get into kill range. As long as your setups are there, as long as you can kind of those reads. A lot of time he's trying to go for raw up tilts in these more recent games, but previously he had the setups with the stall blades, so kind of just like where have those went, honestly, as the kills have been more so back air based in the past 2 from both players actually.
130 to 10. Right now, Peabnut knows he is basically on life support at this point. Have to play perfectly the rest of the way through Lima. You just got to find that one shot that can turn around the world and send you onto that top 8 into the next of the bracket. 150 plus. It is so close, but if Peabnut can just slowly get some damage, slowly work his way back in, maybe he's got a chance. Very close. Surprised it wasn't either this one, and maybe the next one.
Yeah, I think it might have been a soft hitter just from the center stage there. Not going to find that. High percent to really combo into that, I'm pretty sure. Peeb, though, just still having such a tough time grasping anything onto Lima. Yeah, the up B. The knockback is so high now, it's not really going to convert into any more of your specials.
Yeah, Lima probably sitting wondering, there's only a minute left in this game as well. I just noticed the clock because
last game was the same.
Yeah, so I felt like Peabnut was staying alive for a very long time. Went and checked, yeah, I confirmed by the clock at the top right. So 58 seconds to decide a winner. You got to imagine it's going to come at some point in that next minute. It could go either way at this point. Peabnut definitely in contention to wrap up this game 4 and take that 2-2 series. But you got to play clean, but you got to make something happen because that time is getting low.
Very through 31 seconds. I didn't even realize how low we're getting. Look at that. That within into the punish. Peeb had to try and go for that up tilt eventually. You knew it was going to be that option that he went for, and as we got later and later on into the series, Lima kept punishing the up tilts, not allowing himself to get hit by those. And what more of a perfect way for the series to end than him with that exact adaptation that we saw let him take 3 games straight.
That's the thing. Sometimes it's only one small read that can change the entire dynamic of a series. Game 1, he did